Hello everybody, this is The Art of Prepping. I've been looking at my stat numbers, and by far we have the most interest in everyday carry videos. So I'm going to do a series, most likely about an 11-part series on all the elements and more in detail about everyday carry. Just want to welcome all the new subscribers and hello to everyone out there. So we'll start with this video. I'm going to try to make my videos a little shorter in the future. So what you really have is an option to pick from when you have your blades. This first part of the 11 series is going to be on blades. It'll be either your fixed blades or your folding blades. And within those options, you can have to figure out where do you want to put the blade. Typically, it's around the neck, on the belt, in a pocket, on a boot, or on the actual ankle. And when you have those options, you can look at various types of sizes. We have here and weights. And so typically for me, for my everyday utility cutting blade, I like to stay between 2 and 3 ounces. And then for my self-defense blade, between 2 and 3.5 ounces, preferably. In terms of size, I like to stay between 4 and 4.5 inches on my everyday carry utility blade, and my self-defense blade to be a little bit larger. And also, I like a plain edge for my utility cutting and everyday knife, and for my self-defense blade. Unless it's just a lot longer of a blade. I do prefer to have some serrations, but it doesn't have to. Just like this Cara, it's a pretty wicked blade, and it has the capability to definitely provide some type of defense. You also have to look at the actual handles. We have rubber overmolded handles here, FRN handles on these 6 here, which is fiberglass reinforced nylon. We have injection molded plastic handles here on the Victorinox. We have aluminum scales up here up the top. And then we have also G10 down here. G10 comes in different types of qualities and grippiness, just like my Carta scales, which aren't represented in front of us. You have also a medley of different blade configurations, drop point blades, dagger style, spear points. This is a drop point, kind of more like a long leaf style blade. And then, of course, besides the blade shape, you also have the deployment mechanism, such as this comet hole or a bird hole, they call it. Spyderco has their traditional round hole. You have, like for the K-bar dozer, thumb studs. Sometimes the thumb stud's only on one side, sometimes they're on both sides. And just like on this Smith & Wesson. So sometimes they don't have any kind of means to open it one-handed, and you just have a nail nick like on a lot of the Victorinox. So that's one thing. On your fixed blades, though, you have different sheaths, and this one, like the Ghost Striker made by Gerber, can be configured to be on your belt, inverted, also a neck knife. You can get adapters to even make it on an ankle rig. So you have lots of different types of choices when it comes to blades. One of the most confusing parts of blades, besides trying to figure out what color it is you want, what brand, and even what kind of handle material, would be, the actual blade steel itself. Blade steels are very complicated, and just like this value model by the Bird Company that Spyderco makes, HCR 13 MOV. It's a good value steel. You have the actual Spyderco Delica over here. This is the Delica 4 in BG10. You also have, the Dozer. They come in Oz 8, and, so forth and so on. You have a whole line of different blade steels. And for the most part, just remember the stainless steels are going to be a little more rust resistant, a little softer than the traditional high carbon steels. But, in the modern day, though, most modern day blades and steels are going to be pretty much adequate. If you have specific tasks, feel free to do research on your own to figure out which ones are going to best suit your needs, because there's just so many of them out there. And that's the problem, though, is, trying to put all this in one video. It's difficult to do. If you just live on the ocean and you have the needs for a highly resistant, rust-resistant blade, and H1 steel would be an example by Spyderco to look into, and so forth. You do have some of these really small blades. It could be a backup EDC blade. Sometimes you may want to carry 2 utility blades, one in each pocket. Some people carry a utility blade and then a defensive blade on one on each side of their person. Or they carry a defensive blade on the weak side of their body, opposite of their firearm, if they carry that. So there's a lot of different options, different blades, literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of different options. And your EDC may be a Baco or a Mora. You know, if you're going out in the woods, you just clip this on your belt. If you're going into the city and you want to be more discreet, this could be on your belt, or you could take off these tabs here and hang it as a neck knife. And, you know, or here's a neck knife here by Meyerco. So it just depends on, you know, your needs, how discreet, and how much you want to pay as well. So that kind of sums it up. If you have any more questions about knives for EDC, let me know. Thanks for watching.